Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so as a psychology student, I study lots of mental illnesses, I read case studies. I also reach into the past and see what used to be considered mental illness but no longer is. So I decided that I would share some of the findings with you today and hopefully clear up some myths that the general public might have. So the first thing I must mention for you guys to understand is the DSM. The DSM is basically a book with all the mental illnesses recorded. There are a lot. However, we are currently using the DSM-5, which is the most up-to-date version of it. I found out that this is actually one of the first versions that doesn't include being LGBT not being mental illness. So I thought I'd go ahead and delve into that and explain what each of those mean, because there are a lot of misconceptions on every single one, I can assure you. So we'll go through each letter that I understand, because I don't understand one of them, but fully, but we'll be fine. So the first in this list is the L. So L stands for lesbian. It's very simple to understand this. L basically means that you are a person who identifies as female, who is attracted to other people who identify as female. There are two different things. There is sex and there is gender, okay? Sex is your gender based on your biological standpoint. So if you were born with the Y chromosome, then your sex would be male. Born with a double X chromosome, your sex would be female. Your gender, however, doesn't matter what sex you are. What matters is how you feel you should be, which we're going to play later on. So, sex is biological, gender is not. Those are two different things. Now, the next letter in our study here is the G. That stands for gay. Same thing as lesbian, except it's with males. You are someone who identifies as a male who's attracted to other people who also identify as a male. That's all it means. And for those of you who say that it's wrong, it's not wrong, it's not right, it's just the way it is. Deal with it. The next one is B, which stands for bisexual. Now this one, I think, is probably the easiest one to describe, because it's pretty straightforward, I like to think. Basically, you're a person who can be attracted to either gender, male or female. It doesn't really matter to someone who's bisexual. They don't really fall in love with, well, no, you can fall in love with looks, I guess, but they don't look at the sex of the person. They just kind of find someone who thinks attractive and seems great, and they're like, okay, I'm attracted to you. Simple thing. LGBT. Transgender. Okay, this is a routine subject for some people. So basically, transgender is that one that I find a lot, that I have heard conversations where people are really confused and they don't know how to comprehend it. So let's see if I can make this a little easier for all of you. Let's say that you were born with the sex of a female, okay? And let's say that, your entire life you felt like, that you weren't supposed to be born like that. You were supposed to be born a male. Now, I know that feeling might be kind of hard to describe, accurately in a way for everyone to understand. But basically, you feel like in your heart and in your mind that you were supposed to be male, but you were born to the wrong body. Kind of like a Freaky Friday situation almost. Like, you got trapped into a body that isn't the one that you think you belong with. It can also be you were born a guy, but you're supposed to be a girl. Now this is where the sex and gender comes into play. If you are a transgender woman, that means that your sex is a male, but your gender is a female. Same thing if you're a transgender guy. Your sex is a female, but your gender is male. It's how you identify regardless of what your sex is. That is what transgender is, when you feel like the opposite of what your sex says on your birth certificate. So after the T, we have Q. Now, Q stands for queer. Queer is basically anything at all. Because queer could be, gender fluid, could be agender. It could literally be anything except for straight up cisgender heterosexual, because that's called straight. But queer could really be anything else that doesn't fit into any of the previous categories. If you're gender fluid, it means that you kind of float between what kind of gender you identify with, or you could also go through a period of agender where you don't identify with a gender, or you're still figuring it out. It's, whatever you feel like. I don't know you personally, I don't know how you feel, but I do know that these were a lot of misconceptions that were there. And for those of you who might feel scared about coming out or don't feel like it's safe to do so, that's fine. You don't have to. But just so you know, I support you. You do what you feel is best for you. There's no judgment here. I made this video to educate some of you and to inform and to debunk some of the popular misconceptions and beliefs out there, and to kind of help you feel more comfortable. If it's weird, that's great. If not, sorry. There is a video though that I think might be helpful for that, and so I will link that video down below. It is a song that you can use to come out if you want. You don't have to. It's also just a really fun song to jam to. But I'll put that link down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.